To me, the value of a CPRS membership is truly in its members, and the opportunity for professionals from across Canada to come together and to network and to share ideas, share thoughts, and share experiences, and a joint and have common ground in our roles as communicators and professionals, and ensure that we have that support network available to us when we are going through some challenging times. There also, I found, is that there's a joint commitment that we all share in practicing that high level standard of public relations profession and ethics in the profession. It provides that opportunity to really give a sense that we work in an industry where we are all kind of focused on one thing, is that is to provide a really sound and professional level of service to our employers, to our organizations, to our clients, to ensure that we are truly being honest and authentic. There's also an opportunity I find in being able to reach out and get support from other members who have more experience and can share some of their experience and knowledge. And I look at things like what we're dealing with now with COVID-19, where there's many of us who may not have been through a crisis of any kind before, and we're struck into this pandemic that has really created an upheaval in our daily lives, both personally and professionally. And to be able to, and our role has always been as communicators to be at the forefront and leading the comm support for organizations, but we tend to forget that we ourselves need that support as well. So be able to turn around and get in touch with someone from even any parts of Canada and say, hey, listen, I'm going through this, any advice, and there's always someone that's ready to just share their knowledge and support you as much as they can. In my work, one of the trends I've really seen that's become more prevalent, and it's not just because of where we are today with COVID, but also just in general, where we see overall communications and engagement going, is a move more towards being more having a more of an online presence through social media, through different forums, through our websites, to engage people in a much more easier way. We find that our customers, they want to have an opportunity to give feedback, and they want to know that there's someone there that's listening and actually acknowledging that they're there. And they're not interested in the formal way of doing things. We're just doing emails or letters. I mean, they want to have a direct engagement. So we found, through not just in the social media, traditional social media with Twitter and Facebook, where we always get comments and we always interact with employee or customers, or interact with customers. We also find that there are other opportunities where uh, using online to engage customers more. We're looking at online town halls. We're looking at having more engaging panels and research options, where we're not just gathering information and insight from customers, but actually using that to inform some of the decisions that we're making. So truly the products and services that we provide is reflective of what customers are looking for. Um, and I think going forward, the online presence and making sure that we, as organizations and in our work and as communicators, we are essentially the ones who need to be at the forefront and need to be able to be prepared to bring our organizations forward to see the value that this new way or emerging way of communicating with customers, it can have a positive impact on the work that we do, and create that level of trust and credibility that customers are looking for. So we see that, and I think that's going to continue. And with kind of the emerging needs now, where people want access to information more easily, more readily. There's competition to get information out first. I think it's important to do that. I think it also plays well too with the need to be at the forefront of fake news, where people are using online as their main source of information, and they may not necessarily look at where the information is coming from, but if they see it enough times, they begin to believe it. Our roles as communicators is to be able to identify opportunities where we can get information out there and do it in a way that we're building credibility for our profession, for our organization, but also in credibility in the value of the information that we're sharing, and that there are, ways that in place to for customers who um, can validate or at least kind of review the information that they're seeing to see if this is something that they feel that's important, that is something that they believe to be true. So that is something that I think for our profession is going to continue, and I think we need to continue to make sure that we have that as part of our strategic expertise. Yeah, one of the things that we found is with ICBC, what when we're looking at kind of ongoing new insurance program we're going to be launching, was our when we looked at some trust barometers that was done locally and looked at how different organizations are seen uh, by customers and by the public. ICBC has some really low scores. So what we looked at is how can we build on that and actually improve the level of trust and credibility and accountability that we have to customers. And we actually had a initiative that was passed by government that was announced a few months ago. I'm helping to lead, and one of the things that we're looking at and going to implement is finding new ways of interaction with customers, and online is a big piece, and having those online town halls and the Reddit. I think there's some you can do on Reddit and the Facebook events. So just kind of reaching out more to just the traditional customers, and trying to get more customers, like especially the younger customers out. So yeah, it's and I mean that's what people want, So and luckily our organization's been ready for that. So and for us, having the communications department kind of lead that charge has been really helpful because at least we can kind of look at how best it could be utilized for us.